All right, today we are gonna go ahead and walk through the forget-me-not stem. This is part of a larger video series for the wildflower bouquet, so go ahead and check out the full video if you wanna learn how to make all the other wildflower flowers in that bouquet. But let's go ahead and get started on making this one forget-me-not. Okay, so we're gonna need 3 of these shapes here. We need a strip of yellow felt, and this is 1/4 inch wide. And it's about, I've already cut off this one, so I usually make them about 6 inches long and then just like have extra and then trim it. And then the same thing with the black, it's about 1/4 inch wide, and then I'm gonna cut it into little squares that are about 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. So let's get started on our centers first, and then we'll move on to the flower petal. We need an 18 gauge wire and then a 22 gauge wire. I'm gonna do this 22 gauge wire here, and I'm just gonna trim that. What did I do it? Pretty dang close to 6 inches, which is great. So on this wire, I'm just gonna bend. So you're gonna go ahead and make a loop on one end of your wire. And then we're gonna take 2 of our petals here, and we're gonna go ahead and fish these on. And I'm just twisting against the felt to create a hole. And then we're gonna go ahead and now make another loop, because we're gonna kind of lock these 2 flowers in, and we're gonna have a flower on each end of this. So now we're gonna make our little bud ends. We're gonna take our black and we're gonna cut about 1/4 inch here. We're gonna cut about 3 of them. We're gonna go ahead and take this little square, put some glue on there, put it right on top of our little loop-de-loop, and we're just gonna fold it over and make a little bud. I'm just pinching it and just rolling it. So we have this little black, almost kind of like a little black ball right on the ends. So we're gonna do this on both sides. I'm just pinching, folding, and then twisting it around as that glue sets to make a little ball on the top. Now we're gonna take our yellow felt here. We can wrap it and just leave it just like this as a straight line, or we can get these really, really fun pinking shears that are a scalloped edge. And these are very, very small scallops. Links below for these scissors in my description. And then we can just kind of very close to the edge, cut these little scalloped edge on this flower. Totally optional, but it looks better. So now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glue, probably no more, about 1/4 inch, do like a 1/2 inch here. And we're gonna wrap it right around our little black bud here. And now I'm gonna kind of just like put my finger, and it's gonna end right there, and I know I'm gonna snip it right here. So now it's not obviously all the way around. We're just gonna get a little bit of glue and then just close that little guy up. Oops. And then pinch it shut, just like that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and trim the little glue mess on the end there too. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some glue on the bottom. And then bring our flower to the top here. And we're gonna do this on both sides. And we're literally just repeating ourselves. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our scissors. We're gonna go in each little one of these little valleys on our petals, and we're gonna cut all the way to our center. All right, we're gonna take a little bit of glue at the base of each petal. I like to do this one at a time. A little glue, fold, and then also at the same time you're folding, you're gonna push it up against that center yellow part. And you're gonna wanna do this, and you're gonna wanna put a little bit of extra glue, because you this is the point where you actually want the glue to kind of ease out of your pinch a little bit, because you want that glue to hold that tip, that flower petal, onto the yellow center. And we're just gonna hold this till it all sets and go all the way around. All right, and so that is your little forget-me-not flower. So we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on one end of our 18 gauge wire. Okay, so we have a flower on each side of this wire and then one flower at the end of our 18 gauge wire. All we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cross these, and I'm holding really, really tight, and I am just really tightly wrapping this. You want it as tight as you can because you don't want them falling or getting loose and sliding down your wire. All right, so I just did it quite a few times, and then I'm actually, this is the fun part with wire, it's just like, just kind of bend them in different ways. Like, don't be kind of locked into just making straight lines and wires, and I'm just kind of, you know, giving it some nice little, some shape. All right, thanks guys. I hope you liked the forget-me-not flower stem, and I hope you caught some subtle differences from the other forget-me-not that I made. So go ahead and be sure to comment and tell me which version you like best. Also, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell because you do not want to miss more videos on how to make beautiful felt flowers for your home or as gifts, or, you know, because you want to, because they're great. So don't forget to do that. Hit it right now, and I will catch you next time for the next video.